Welcome back to Barfly Cinema. My name is Tom, joined as always with my co-host Gage here.
Hello.
Today we're talking about You Can Count on Me, Year 2000, Kenneth Lonergan. Gage, can you give us a short rundown on this flick?
This is a character drama about two siblings that lose their parents at a young age, and years later, the sister's still living in the same town, and the brother comes to town for an extended stay, and kind of just drama ensues from there, pretty much.
There you go. And we find our two leads in definitely different stages of life.
Very much so.
You know, so we see Laura Linney's character, Sammy, kind of in this single mom role. She's trying to keep everything on the rails. Her husband left her, so she's left with this son that she really cares about, and she cares about her brother a lot, Terry. And he comes back to town kind of under false pretenses.
Yeah. That is true. She's excited to see him. She hasn't heard from him in months, that you find out, and you see that she's keeping all the letters and stuff, so they clearly have been keeping in touch throughout the years and everything. And then so she hasn't heard from him in a while, and is stoked to hear from him and hope he's doing well, and
Hear that he's coming to town.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Of course.
tells everyone he's coming.
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, he's been on Venus for so long, like she doesn't know the circumstances, but the overshadowing that is like she's just glad to have him home.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the last thing she knows that he was working in Alaska or something.
Yeah.
And yeah.
yeah.
She's excited to see him come back, and we find out that he's not doing too well himself.
Yeah, pretty quickly we find out that his girlfriend is pregnant and they want to have it aborted, but he doesn't have the money to get that done.
Yeah.
So he kind of comes back to town because it's made clear that Terry hates the town. He doesn't like it through whatever means. He says that it's just a boring place, but you know it's because of the trauma that he and his sister went through.
Absolutely.
Right.
I kind of feel it's like this encapsulation of like really a metaphor of like a prison for in different ways for both of them, but she's trying to like fix it, and he's trying to escape it and run away from it.
And she doesn't have the luxury of just picking up and doing whatever she wants. She has a young son that she's trying to give some stability to, and she not only could she not just run from her problem, she has another problem, not a problem, but like she just has logistical barriers.
Absolutely.
And whereas Terry's just like, he's going with the wind. Early in the movie, he's kind of like, what does he say? He's like, I'm just trying to get through it, or I'm just trying to. He says he says some sentence where it's just like, oh yeah, he's just like, I'm trying to get on with it.
Yes.
So that's your first clue where he's like, man, he's not in a very good spot, and he's just kind of like, I'm trying to get out of this situation. I don't want to stay in one place for too long. I'm not really digging this. Says, can I borrow some money? I will pay you back. And she isn't so mad at him for asking for the money. She's more pissed that he came back on false pretenses.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's very true. Because she's so excited to see him, and then to see him be going through that, and because the first thing she even asks him is like, are you still going to church?
Yeah.
Like she feels like there's just something lost with him, unfortunately, and honestly, I think she's trying to make the best out of it, but in a way, he wants to escape. She couldn't. I don't think she wants to leave. Like, I don't think she could see herself selling the house.
No.
Her parents' house and leaving. Like, it's a sentimental thing that she's trying to fix and make sure like it has meaning in her life and everything.
She wants that in her life, and she wants to feel like she has a place. She wants to feel like she has a community. She has some level of romance in her life and a good place to raise her son, which on the surface she does. You know, everyone in the town knows her. They know her struggle and all that stuff, but she's doing pretty well in her career. She does get a new manager that she gets involved with, and she's almost a self-sabotager. Is that her trying to self-sabotage, or is that trying to inject some life and some randomness into her life that her brother has in spades?
That's a good point.
That's a big point of it too. She doesn't have really any adventure in her life,
because there is a great little moment at dinner where Terry even says, you know who was the wildest one? Your mom.
Right.
And then Rudy asked, and no comment.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love. There's
So,
a number
yeah.
of those in this movie where it's literally one shot and one scene. There's no cuts.
Mhm.
Boom. It's just that dinner scene. It's just like
Yeah,
that gives you all the context you need.
absolutely.
Like, okay, she's a mom. She's a single mom. She's trying to make it work, but she does have a wild streak.
Yeah.
And how can you blame her if she lost her parents when she was like a preteen or something like that?
Absolutely. Like, what is like the age difference between them? Kind of like five years, or probably.
I'd say 5 years. Yeah.
So, yeah, they're born in 80. Their parents died in 82. It says so. So yeah, they're like late 20s or something.
Yeah,
or very early 30s. So
he's like mid 20s. I'd say she's like 30.
Yeah,
she's like 30.
Yeah. So yeah, they're both at that ripe age of just trying to figure it out, you know? And like, I love that the movie doesn't really go into like how they were raised or anything. It's like, probably just by like
an uncle or a grandma moved in or something and took care of them, and that was that. That's what but honestly, it doesn't really matter that much in the context. It matters that here they are, you know, someone gave them some structure because they both turned out relatively okay. One thing that bugged me about the movie is that it's kind of unclear exactly what Ruffalo's character is going through. Is it just his trauma? Does he have drug abuse problems? Like,
I like the subtlety of it.
I guess you can look at it as subtlety for sure. I don't know if that informs his performance
because he is smoking weed and stuff.
He is, and they're drinking and all that stuff. So I get that. So he definitely has those vices in his life.
I don't think he's like, you know, passing out in the. Maybe he is a couple nights or no passing out in the alley.
He's just eating junk food at the house. Like he's not drinking hardcore.
True, he's not going through withdrawals or anything.
So it's not like he definitely has some suffering in his past for sure, but I don't think that's the focal point of his character. No. His character is just I want to run away.
Exactly.
I want to get away from this I don't like the responsibility. I don't like this. I'm gonna go to my sister's place. She's gonna give me some money. We'll get this all taken care of, and then it'll go back to how it was before.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's basically it.
It's kind of like he's flight, she's fight.
Yeah. That's a very good point. Yeah. So she has this attachment to the community because she does have a son. She has a very stable job. She says she's been at the bank for 7 years.
Yeah. This bank that runs the town. Really, it's an important job.
It's important, and so I like the whole setup of this. The small town vibe. The whole kind of mumblecore-ness of it. This is set in 2000. I guess it's set in 2000. It was shot in 2000, or it came out in 2000.
Yeah.
I really like this all. Did it change your tune on Ruffalo? Did you come around to Ruffalo in this movie?
Honestly, he's wonderful. I think he's great in this. And slowly but surely, there's been a few performances that have been turning me around to him.
Okay.
Like, I just finally recently watched Poor Things, and I loved him in that.
Okay.
So and he just has this, and also he fought hard for this part, so it comes across like he was like working on him and Kenneth, Lonergan were friends and everything, and like he would help him with his one act plays and stuff, and read and whatnot, and like would even do his work, like he would be casting his plays and whatnot.
Right.
And like Ethan Hawke was originally supposed to get this. Wow. And they were at a bar one night, and like they go up to Kenny sees Ethan at the bar and goes up to him, and he's like, so hey, did you read the script? And he's like, yeah, you know, I already kind of feel like I played this character in Reality Bites. And he's like, oh, all right, thank you. And then Mark was like, dude, what movie? What movie are you working on?
Right.
And then since then he was like, oh, this those scenes that I had you read and whatnot. And he's like, yeah. He's like,
this movie I'm working on.
Yeah. And he's like, you have to give me. And he just fought his ass off for it. And honestly, like that. You can tell with like, I don't know, early performances from actors of like that hunger is there.
There is.
Like Bradley Cooper in Silver Linings and stuff. Like that hunger is there. And so, long story short, it did bring me around to Mark Ruffalo, and definitely need to check out more of his like kind of indie filmmaking stuff.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I really loved him in this. I thought all the main performances were good.
Or Linney.
Laura Linney, Rory Culkin, awesome.
Rory is amazing.
Unbelievable. He's so good. He's so good. And even Lonergan as the sincere pastor scene was so good in 3 scenes he's in.
He's great. I love the dialogue. Great cameo.
And that gets to the root of, Ruffalo's character. He's kind of the pastor's like,
both of theirs.
Let's drop the God stuff. Do you feel like your life is important? Do you feel like your life matters?
Dude.
And that's like,
that hit me hard.
That was good.
Yes.
That was good.
Yes.
So then you could see the seeds of like, this is the guy who did Manchester by the Sea. Like,
absolutely.
He just cuts to the bone with that dialogue. I love that.
Yeah, it's heightened reality, but it's that fine line. It's so genuine. It's just, he gets at the emotion of a scene so well.
I agree.
And what's fantastic about him, I guess, is like a lot of writer directors, they can get so attached to the writing of it, but by the time they're directing, they're like, no, this has to be there, not everything. And I guess him on set, he's like, no, all right, what's the subtext of this scene?
Yeah.
Like, and it shows so much in his work. And he's only done a handful of feature films, but
true.
Dude, this guy can write.
I like the idea of, he writes those scripts, but he also wants to give himself the latitude and the flexibility to change things on set if he sees fit.
Absolutely.
It's got to be down to the letter. It's like, no, there's some subtlety to be found here. There might be some things that are unexpected that come up that might work better.
Because this is one of those films where it's like it's so genuine that you feel like this is just like improv. Like this is just on.
You feel like it.
Yeah, and it's all on the page. It's all there. Dude, there's layers to just every just lines in this where it just means several things, and it just is awesome. It's awesome.
There's a lot of depth
this is
here.
People.
I agree.
This is people talking in rooms about really. It's not mundane. It's real. It's real drama.
It's like
it's not. It's heightened dialogue in a sense, but it's such real, genuine emotion.
It's like the tapestry of life. It's like it really feels like tangible. Like you could see. Where is it in Pennsylvania? Where is this?
This is like upstate New York.
Okay, so and you feel like this is a real community that is like kind of off the beaten path that probably exists. And I like that feel about it. I really do.
Where in small towns, life it's a lot slower.
Yes. Like nothing ever changes. Like it's almost like him coming back to town is the most interesting thing that's happened in like forever.
And especially for her.
Her for sure.
Yes.
She's like, oh man, we're finally breaking the monotony. He can get to know my son a little bit better, like that kind of thing. Because it all comes across.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that score that they use in this it kind of gets that across of like all these characters are lonely and just trying to move forward.
Yeah. Their heavy use of like Yo-Yo Ma and like classical pieces. It's like, okay, this works, but it can work in this context when you have a stripped down drama and you're not playing the music to like heighten the drama, because normally when they're talking there's no music, but then like transition scenes, establishing shots, that's when they play it, and it's giving you a sense of where this movie is taking place, and
where
I think
their headspace
it makes it so much better. It's like it's just bittersweet.
It is.
It's a bittersweetness here that I really thought he captured.
Dude, he's the king of bittersweet.
Seriously. He's the undisputed. I'm like, man. I think there's a lot of comedy in this flick that really works. I think a lot of the stuff between Ruffalo and Rory works great. I think they have a great dynamic. And similar Rudy, yeah, of course. And then similarly with Brian, played by Matthew Broderick, and Laura Linney's character Sammy, love it. Love their whole dynamic. Love that whole thing. He's just got to stick up his butt the whole time. She's trying to, can you work with me? Can I take 15 minutes off to go pick my son up? I've been doing it for his whole life.
Love that. That's a great point, because it's little things like that. It's like, it might not seem like that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Like in your life when you're a single mom, you don't have anyone else to pick up your son.
Yeah.
Like not being able to get that 15 minutes off is a big deal. Like
Yeah.
that's what we mean when it's like these real human drama. Like that's drama.
Yeah.
That is.
And that heightens the relatability because
Yeah.
a lot of parents can empathize with that. They're
Absolutely.
like, yo, who's going to pick up little Timmy?
Mm-hmm.
If I can't be there, if there's no one, then no one's going to be there.
And it's just
what
this
the heck?
bullcrap power trip. Like,
Yeah.
she's even saying like, oh, I don't know how it affects. I'm taking it out of my lunch hour and everything. And
Yeah.
it's like I love.
Is it a power trip or is it just
I think so.
him messing with her, or is it like he brings her into like,
It's true.
okay, well I know you're not doing this, but these computer screens, we need to deal with them. And
Funny.
it's like he is tripping, but I don't know if it's directly towards her or just trying to get control of the bank. Is he trying to control the bank itself and get it up to muster? But it's like you're talking about things that are so anathema to like making the bank a better place. You're talking about minutia.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, I like paperwork.
I love paperwork.
I love more paperwork.
Yes.
I want more paperwork. She's like, this is a waste of paper.
Yeah.
This is a waste.
Yeah.
And he's like, I like more paperwork.
Wasted time. Oh, we're gonna have to do these timesheets at the end of every day. Like,
Yeah.
I
Right.
like paper. I feel that's a good point. I personally feel like he's kind of one of those bankers that didn't make it in the big city.
Big city, I agree.
So we can come to this small town and pump his chest be a bully.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. He starts sleep. Well, that is interesting because they do have an affair.
Yeah,
and where's the power dynamic there? Like, she does come into his office and stuff. And,
yeah,
and
she does.
She's initiating things.
She's playing along. She's not a victim. Not at
No,
all.
Not at all.
She's a willing participant. She knows it's wrong.
Yeah,
but it is like she's like her brother. She is sick of the monotony of this town. She wants fun too. She wants fun.
Yeah.
But there's also the other side where she dated this guy previously.
Yep.
And Bob, and he tried, she tried to make it work with him, and he kind of like cut it off. Didn't hear from him. And then he's like, I made a mistake. I want to fix this. I love you. I want to make this work. But she's just kind of like, I've got too much other stuff going on. It's like she's bored with him already,
Absolutely. Like there's
not one thing wrong with him. It's like there's no
I think he
against him.
I think he loves her, but I also think he's just kind of aloof. Like I think he does genuinely love her, but he is boring. Every time they're at dinner and stuff, they're kind of just sitting there eating. He's not really saying anything. She's asking him, what should I do with Rudy and everything? He's like, it's not really my expertise. He's just kind of he's a simple guy, I guess. Like and
he's a product of the town. He's a product of the town. He blends right into the wallpaper a little bit.
And she just feels like, in a way, she feels too big for this town, but she has to stay there for her own because she thinks she does.
Yeah,
because she thinks she does.
I agree.
Do you think they would be happier if they just left?
I think
if she did sell the house and her and Rudy left.
I think by the end of the movie,
it's just too hard.
She can see that she has a lot to be thankful for in a weird way, and maybe she could come around to marrying a guy like Bob, where it's just like, okay, maybe not everything's perfect, but we can make this work.
But it's a settle.
It is a settle. But hey, look at the place you're in.
It's true.
You're a traumatized single mom. You have a good career, but that's about all you've got going for you.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't. I know you're saying it would be settling, but she's not going to be young forever.
Would you be truly happy though? Like,
hard to say.
Yeah.
Hard to say. How much would you have to balance the happiness with the contentment?
Yeah.
And security.
Yeah.
You get with Bob. Look, it's very implied that you have security with Bob. You aren't going to have that with Brian. You know it's a ticking time bomb when the first time you hook up with Brian.
I don't even think she's having that great of a time with Brian. It's because it feels bad.
Dangerous. Yeah, dangerous.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And all that works. So I like that dichotomy of Terry, who his life is kind of in shambles, but it's not. He can walk out at any moment. He's free. He can walk out at any moment. she's kind of trapped, and she's kind of acting out these
Yes.
dangerous scenarios.
Yeah,
you know,
that is true.
to inject a little life into her life.
But she's hiding it. Terry's at least honest.
True.
He wears it on his sleeve. Like when she talks to the priest and brings him over to the house. Priest even says like, yeah, so we want you to have an example in your life, kind of like your sister here.
Right.
Like, and I
And
love.
he's like,
Yeah,
hold
he
up.
doesn't, and he doesn't
even rat her out.
Doesn't rat her out.
Yeah,
it's
that works.
yeah, and like they have a great sibling relationship in this. But I love how later that night when they're at dinner, he's like, "So what great examples are you going to be teaching us this evening?" Just he'll
jab her.
He'll jab her,
playfully.
and he'll do little things that like kind of like F you. Like
yeah,
they have a great little relationship.
They do, and
like
it's
that.
real. It's real.
It's so real.
This isn't the kind of family drama where people are constantly yelling at each other.
No, not at all.
No.
This is so. That's a great point. That's what feels so fresh about this movie.
Right.
Like
right.
there's genuine love and just unspoken grief here. They're not yelling and
empathy,
crying. There's not even a bunch of cry scenes in this.
No,
like
there's not.
Dude,
he has
great point.
Ruffalo or Terry has like one little cry scene.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cut away from quickly. It's like, okay, we know what's going on here.
Yeah.
I like that. I think there's love there. There's empathy.
Kenneth, funnily enough, sorry, but Kenneth actually said that was his least favorite part of the movie. He thought he should have cut that out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When he breaks down there.
Yeah, he's like that was too much.
It can be argued it felt a little bit out of place.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like
I think it works.
everything after he gets off the bus works for me in terms of Terry. I love it so much. I could do without the opening scene other than to give context.
Yeah.
I think it's just weirdly edited and kind of janky.
It shows that he's open and honest with his sister, even when they first meet up at lunch. Like he didn't have to tell her that he's been in jail.
Yeah,
but he tells her like there's an honest, earnest relationship that they have, and it's beautifully done in this. You rarely see that in films.
No, nothing is hyperbolized. Nothing is done to tug at your heartstrings for real.
No.
It's the relatability and the whole you can relate to it so much, and you've probably been there or know someone who's been there before, who's suffered a terrible loss, and you're kind of in this limbo of like, well, we need to keep living, don't we? And you have Linney's character where she's like, she has reasons to keep living. Absolutely. And he's running out of reasons to keep living. He's just kind of like, that's why he says, I'm trying to get on with it. What does that mean? Does that mean he's just like kind of sick of living? Is he just trying to just get through this one hurdle? Like everything is a trouble in his life, and he's just trying to get through it.
Yeah,
that's what I felt like too.
Yeah, it's a constant struggle. Like there isn't a he's like when he's arguing that there's purpose in his life. He's like, yeah, I'd like to think that I have purpose and everything, but I feel like I guess my life matters as much as the other guy, but like he just doesn't feel it.
But he can't even feel it. Yeah, he can't feel it, even though he means a lot to his sister. He begins to mean a lot to Rudy, like a lot.
Yes.
And it's like, dude, you matter to the people. It isn't all about you. It's what you mean to other people. That should give you a sense of meaning in your life.
Yeah. And what they mean to you.
Right.
Because you clearly love your sister a lot, and you love Rudy a lot. So, and Rudy doesn't have he's lonely. He doesn't have a dad or anything, and and Sammy's trying to hide the past from her son and everything. Trying to hide, that's beautifully done too.
Seriously.
But yeah, like I do love that so much because the whole thing, because they were gonna go fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that meeting, he's like, are we still going fishing in the morning? He's like, no, and I think it'd be better if you went with the pastor. The pastor.
Yeah.
And he's just bummed, and Sammy is pissed off.
Yeah.
And then, dude, they have such a great confrontation in the hall.
It's my favorite thing in the movie.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Because the gravity finally hits. It's like, hey, dude, you made a promise to Rudy. You need to see it through. Don't give me this mumbo jumbo about your existential crisis, dude. You said you were going to take him fishing. Let's go. Come on.
It's so true. And I love the dichotomy of it because he is like, dude, you promised him.
Yeah.
Even what she says, like, you want to get back at me, I'm sure you can find some way, but he had nothing to do with this.
Right.
And she's even
Don't take
trying
it
to
out
help
on
him
me.
out. But
Don't take it out on me.
yeah, but I even feel for
Don't
him
take it
in
on
that.
Rudy. Yeah.
I even do feel for Terry in that situation, though, of like, you know, you're right. Yeah, I don't have any purpose in my life. What am I? It's this depression of like, what am I going to offer Rudy? And it's like he gets at that beautifully in here, and then 16 years later in Manchester, where it's like, dude, it's real emotions, that like feelings that you're so scared to face in real life. But
which I like that. I like how that works. You know, in some other drama, they'd be like, well, Terry would be like, this priest is full of shit.
Absolutely.
To this guy. He would like reject it.
Mm-hmm.
This one, he actually is like, because the priest is so earnest and so like, so genuine and sincere, that he's like, fuck, you're kind of right, man. I need to reevaluate things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I shouldn't be around the kid. Maybe I am influencing him bad. So that's more of like that hyper realism. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. And I really empathize with this character because I have two nieces myself. They don't have their dad in their life anymore. And the last thing you want to do is lie to a kid.
Absolutely.
You don't want to lie to a kid. You don't want to, for two reasons. You don't want to lie to them because then their idea of what being a good person breaks down.
So
and
true.
They feel like, well, I can lie to get out of things. And that's not the message you want to send to anybody, let alone a kid or your nephew.
But parents always think they're doing it for the best.
Yep.
Yeah.
White lies.
Yes.
White lies. Yeah.
But who your dad really isn't a white lie. But it's a protection from herself and Rudy, but also in a way a kind thing. Like, she doesn't want Rudy to know that his dad's an asshole.
Yeah. So yeah,
and then
you can see it from both ways.
Yeah,
you can see it both ways. You can see it where she doesn't really want his son to be, you know, traumatized more by the dad being kind of a you know, bailing on them and all this stuff. But then you can also see it from Terry's perspective, like you should know who your dad is, that kind of thing. Oh, it works
because
it works.
Because the next day they're getting out of church and you see Terry and he drives up and he's got the fishing poles. He's gonna do his promise, and they go fishing, and then Terry does what Terry does and gets himself into more trouble, but in an earnest way of, well, you don't know your dad. You're like, you know, he lives not that far from here. I thought he was in Alaska. No, I was in Alaska. And I love that he's like, you think my dad has changed? He's probably still a dick.
I love that. I love that.
He is honest.
That's honest. He's honest both ways. He's like, hey, man, your dad knew everything about the outdoors. He just knew all this stuff.
Beautifully said, yeah.
And then, but it's like, yeah, he was still kind of a prick.
Always had to have a better story. Always had to, yeah.
Some key scenes that I just love. I love the whole bar. I love the bar scene. I love the whole the way it's done, the way it's shot, and what he says to Rudy is like, okay, don't hit it, just kiss it.
Yes.
Rudy's getting ready to win the game-winning shot. They're kind of hustling these
He's
guys.
absolutely.
They're hustling.
Yeah.
They're hustling him.
Because
and then you realize, oh yeah, this is why Terry gets his ass beat regularly, and you can kind of tell. He's always like, oh, I didn't start the fight. He's never the guy that starts the fight. Yeah. Right. You're hustling in a bar right now with a kid. Don't take the shot until you know you're gonna make it.
Yes.
I love that line.
Yes.
Love that line.
Just kiss it.
Don't hit it. Just kiss it.
No, all that is awesome.
So good.
And then,
of course, the fight scene with Josh Lucas.
Mm-hmm. But also, like, yes, that I love that scene. It's weirdly shot beautifully. Like it is a. The hits have impact, and it looks chaotic and real. Like, and it's actually a great fight scene for a little budget,
indie movie.
Yeah. 3 people start coming running in to drag him off. The girlfriend he's not hitting the girlfriend, but she's.
I was thinking, oh God, something horrible is going to happen.
Yes.
Because I was like, oh no, this is Kenneth Lonergan. Something horrible, like the kid's going to get shot or something. No, it doesn't go there.
Yeah,
the scrap ends and
he gets arrested for it.
Yeah. So in a way, Terry fucked up there because then the kid feels even more alienated from his dad.
Terry did punch him first.
Yeah, and the dad's saying, "I don't know this kid. I don't know what this guy's talking about." It's just Terry.
He's standing up for Rudy though. He's
standing up for him.
It's really like, you're gonna act like this when I bring your son to your face. Like you're still like f you, man. And Terry, he goes over the board, he goes over the line, but like it's the great writing. Like, you feel, honestly, just put yourself in your shoes. Ask yourself, what would you do?
What would you do?
I don't know.
I think that's a good way to approach a lot of this movie, and it's like you're gonna find out that it's not. This movie is full of very reasonable people for the most part,
and
they're trying to do what they think is best. Except for Linney. Linney has some acting out in
yes.
the movie. She knows what she's doing is wrong, but she's like, hey, Mama's got to have some fun too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes, that's true. That is true.
Yeah,
but she asks for forgiveness and everything, and I do love that. I love that scene of like, well, am I gonna burn in hell and not be forgiven? And well, maybe he's like, no.
The priest's like, we don't really go in for that whole thing
anymore.
Yeah,
it's
like
not
fire
really,
and brimstone.
Yeah, it's not really that
wants
anymore.
To be scared straight.
I love that.
She wants to be scared straight for sure. And that's hilarious. It's like, you're guilty, but you're not being really punished for it. It's just such an interesting dynamic.
You have to forgive yourself.
You do. I think that's a common theme in a lot of these Lonergan movies too. Yeah, those two great scenes. I just love how, for the most part, I love how this thing is edited.
Yes,
some cheap sound effects. It's a cheaper movie.
Yeah,
the Game Boy makes like Atari sound effects. It just, as a gamer, that drove me crazy.
That's true. They're playing like it's like Donkey Kong noises that's coming out of like a different game.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It is really bizarre.
But I love that in a way it
showed
works.
that he's still kind of a kid.
Absolutely, because
he's still young.
The first time you see it, Rudy's playing it, and then he's playing it at the kitchen table. The same sound is coming through, and she's looking over at him like, because that's how he's her little brother. I still see you as a kid.
Yep.
And your older sibling will always see you as a kid, even if.
Man, I didn't even I didn't realize that, but that is brilliant. She's on the stairs, looking down, and she just kind of sits there for a second in silence.
Yeah, she's not looking down on him
because she's
happy.
She sees her little brother there. She's like, okay, I'm glad he's back.
Yes,
we got over the whole miscommunication in the beginning. Because the funny thing is, the money is not even an issue. That's another thing they would do cheap in family dramas. They'd make the money the biggest fucking thing, the biggest problem of the whole movie. She's annoyed, and she gets over it in like the next scene. she's like, okay, whatever. They go to the ATM, gets them the money.
Yeah,
and then she's just kind of like, I want you to stay.
Yeah,
like now that you're here, come on, stay. If nothing else, give Rudy a ride to and from to the babysitter.
And I love how she like explains that to him as if he's a kid and he's gonna mess it up. He's like,
okay,
3:30. No, I can do it. Yeah. And I love that. And she's like, oh, Rudy didn't show up, and she's panicked, leaves work.
Yeah.
And Terry's just
they're building a deck.
Yes.
It's awesome. Building a deck. I love that. And she didn't freak out.
Uncle. Nope.
They never go for the cheap fight.
They don't
go for the cheap fight, because I kept thinking, oh man, she's gonna be pissed.
Even when they at the end when she's kind of like fed up with Terry and like, look, he's gonna have to help himself.
Yeah,
it
becomes clear.
And she's
clear.
like, I'll you're gonna have to leave, and it's really about the influence that he's having on Rudy and stuff. And I'll buy out the half of your house and everything, dude. Every other movie, what he would freak out, and he's just like, no, I'll leave in the morning, like. Don't worry about the money. She's like, no, I'm not saying that. And like, she feels terrible now. And like, it's beautifully done.
There's some real subtleties there. And I like that.
He never freaks out. He's so he's trying to detach himself in the most unhealthy way, but like, just so detached that, it's like, he's not going to have that big freak out.
Notice they don't resolve that. They don't say, well, okay, you can buy me out.
Nope.
No, because he still feels like he needs a
Mhm.
connection or something to the house.
Honestly, I think
Because a real junkie would be like, yeah, give me the money. I'm out of here.
that is
See
so
ya.
true. Yeah, he ain't no, then he ain't, then he
Yeah.
isn't a junkie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in a way, I think she loves him to death, but in a way, I think she would be able to move on, like losing him from her life. Then honestly, he would be able to lose her from his life. Like
Yeah.
he still needs his sister.
Yeah,
and
he does.
Yeah,
It shows. It just
he
shows.
won't
that
burn that bridge.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
it just shows that they're not. It's not compatible to live like this.
No,
And they're both
No.
aware of it.
Mhm.
And she doesn't want to end it on bad terms.
Mhm.
He just wants to make a clean break like he always tries to.
Yeah.
And she's like, hold on.
Yes.
Just think
Don't
of Rudy.
run.
Don't
Yes.
run. Don't
Yes.
do what his dad did.
Exactly.
Don't just disappear. Come on. And it freaking works and it lands.
It lands bullseye.
Yeah.
Honestly,
See,
it's perfect.
Man, the more I talk about this, I'm like, this is up there. This is
Yes.
up there with Manchester.
Dude, it is. It
It's-
really, really
Dude,
is.
It's more relatable. It's more relatable. It's
Dude.
not nearly as dramatic, but it's got that lived in feel.
Mhm. In a way, Manchester goes for that heightened drama.
It does.
But it works. But this is so just lived in and relatable, like you said. Like, even if you don't have a sibling, you're gonna relate to
Close
some
friend. You can have
close
the same. You could say you
friend.
can have the same situation with it with a
Exactly.
parent or a close friend
Mhm.
for sure.
And even if you're just gonna have some aspect from either of these characters, if not one of, or if not all of them, of your own life. It's what Lonergan does so well. People say like Quentin Tarantino, he listens to no, Lonergan listens to like and observes
Yeah.
real people.
Yeah. This is not. No, that's like Tarantino's dialogue so great. It's like, yeah, but it's not realistic at all. It's not realistic.
Or even Lonergan actually talked about, and it was a great point, I thought, was that even a lot of other dramas, like subtle things with the interiors, like as it gets more sad or whatever, as the characters get sadder, the walls will change, they'll get darker. He's like that doesn't happen in real life. Like as things change, and that's the beauty of it. As things change in your life, like the area doesn't change.
Right.
You still have to live with that.
Yeah. I think that works really well.
Yeah.
And there are, so it goes for that hyper realism, but there are a lot of visual flares here. I like how the movie is shot in general. I think they do a great job with that. So it isn't like documentary style in terms of realistic. It just, the dialogue is natural.
Absolutely.
And very, so
it captures how just real people talk. And I love, and someone like Tarantino, like every character can start sound the same. Every character, especially in this, has the way they talk, like the phrases they use, and just how they carry themselves, and they're very distinct. Like,
can't say enough. Yeah, that final scene at the bus stop, great, where they just kind of air their grievances. She's trying to say like, I'm afraid I'm never gonna see you again, and
she's scared that she like messed up.
Yeah,
and like I completely messed up here, and he's never gonna come back.
Yeah, and then he assuages that fear. He's like, I'm gonna get things together.
I'll come back Christmas.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go get things checked out. I'm gonna go back to Alaska. I liked it there.
Yeah, I was happy there.
Mhm.
I can make some money. So it's like you feel like at the end he's not as aimless as he was.
No, it's a real growth. This is what, 3 weeks?
Yeah. Something like that.
No one just completely changes who they are in that amount of time. But but it's subtle. But when he looks out the window when he's leaving, he's like he gives a smirk.
Yeah.
Like he's in a better place. And he's in a
much better
headspace than when he came.
Yeah. There's no doubt there was real growth there. I like that. It isn't, you don't change in 3 weeks completely.
No.
You start taking steps in the right direction. And you feel like that's what he's doing. You know, he's not perfect. He's far from it. It's not going to work for him to live there long term. So he needs to figure out another mode of being, but also stay in their lives somehow. because he knows that he does matter. He does. He matters.
Absolutely.
So,
He's gonna start living for a purpose in his life, and
yep.
It's you have to take that first step. And by the end of the movie, I believe he's taking that first step.
I agree.
And I believe that he will come back during Christmas. I
choose to believe it.
Yeah. I believe he will go talk to that girl and go to Alaska. Like,
definitely.
Yeah.
So, Gage, would you recommend You Can Count on Me?
I wholeheartedly recommend this movie. Check it out. My library didn't have it. Maybe yours does. Buy it, rent it. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's a high 8, maybe even a 9, actually.
I think I'm going to give it a 9. I think if an 8 for anybody else, if you have a sibling, this is a 9.
Mm-hmm.
This is a freaking 9. If you're brother and sister sibling combo, dude, you are going to love this. This has so many interesting things about it. It's so well done. It's subtle. It's not a tearjerker, but you will find yourself getting misty-eyed, and it's real. It feels real, scene to scene. So yeah, I would definitely recommend You Can Count on Me. Next week, Sunshine Cleaning.
Yes.
Emily Blunt and Amy Adams.
Yes, another little family sibling drama.
Sibling drama.
Done in a more whimsical way.
Dark comedy.
Yeah.
A little dark comedy, but yeah. Next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.